What's going on, people? And welcome back to Total Osspurs. And Delane, enjoying your Easter, bro?
Yeah, been good, man. Enjoying having spending time with the family, and yeah, just good weather. Having had pretty much good weather here in Australia. Been on and off with the rain and sun. But now these last 2 days, Easter, been good, great weather. So yeah,
Yeah, I know. I've been on house arrest doing housework because it
yeah,
is beautiful weather. Because we look like we're
same.
going to get some cold and rainy weather soon. But
Yes.
we all know why we're here. Tottenham
hmm
2, Brighton 1, and I'm going to say it. We did not deserve to win that game.
No,
I
no.
think the referee was quite diabolical. I do think that they should have had a penalty
Yep.
with Matoma.
hmm
I do think they could have had two goals. They had three disallowed goals in terms of for VAR. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
they could have had maybe two of those that shouldn't have been scratched off. So
hmm
I did say in the watch along that we were pressing high for the
Yeah.
first 10 minutes, and then we did nothing for the rest of the game. So how do you feel about it, bro?
No, basically what you said. Hey, I completely agree with you. We did not deserve that game. That game should have been all Brighton. They from the first 10 minutes we looked great, and then we just stopped pressing. Literally, they just ran at us, and we just literally looked like a shambles. Our defense was so like shocked by it, and yeah, what can we say? Like it was just very, very harsh on them for not winning that game. You seen the manager, the Zerbi, and all that friggin' blowing up on the sidelines. And yeah, the ref. I reckon the ref was wearing a Spurs jersey underneath his uniform. To be honest, it looked like everything kind of went our way. It was just like, yeah, it's just I felt bad, but then at the end of the day, it is a game, and we are trying to fight for the top four. So look, the 3 points does help us, but I just didn't think we deserve it at all. To be honest,
No, you're right, and I think it's after that Sonny screamer, that banger Sonny scored. We just dropped
yeah,
off like we'd already finished the
yeah,
game.
yeah,
We looked like the team that was went away.
yeah,
Sorry that we went away. I felt like we were the away team, and Brighton were just going at it um, like they were electric. They just took it to us.
yeah.
Um, they did really, really well in the midfield. I felt like they really pressed our midfielders, so we couldn't really transition from back to front, and that's why towards the end, Maurice just kept hoofing it because the amount of times that we play out front and the back and you look absolutely shit. Fucking Dyer, I'm gonna say it. Get that fucker out. He is
Yes,
so bad.
yes,
Him and Hoiberg were horrible. Hoiberg could have given them two goals easily,
yeah.
and they should have had two goals. He was horrible. Hoiberg was disgusting. I don't think he, apart from that pass to Harry Kane, but how do you excuse all the shit that he did the whole game because he gave one pass to Harry Kane? For
You
me, he
can't.
was horrible. Dyer once again did nothing. Romero, I'll give it to the Romero. He didn't even deserve that yellow card. I
Nah,
don't know
that
why
was
he
a bit
got it.
harsh. That was a bit harsh.
So I think that was harsh on him. I think he had a good game. Langley, didn't really do too much, but wasn't really that bad.
Yeah,
But for me, those two, Dyer and Hoiberg, I mean, Hoiberg's a good squad player, but Dyer should nowhere near be this squad.
nah.
He's horrendous.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Dyer. We need to sell Dyer. He's just not the player to take us forward. He's not the centre back, the middle centre back to take us forward. He literally can't pull a pass. He can't header. And that goal, literally where Dunk scored, they had Skip marking him. Are you serious?
I had Skip
Player,
marking him all game.
the shortest player on the field marking a 6'3", 6'4" Dunk.
Yeah,
Was he
he's
higher?
their best attacking. Like I said, he's their best aerial attacker, and we all know it. And he could have gotten another one.
Yeah,
He could have
exactly.
gotten two.
Exactly, and you had a Romero or a Dyer just inside near Lloris. Like, where were they? Where were they marking Lucas Dunk? Dyer's big head could have got over fucking Lucas Dunk's head, but no, he just I was just Dyer
I
just
think
needs to go.
it's the zonal marking that we have at corners, and I don't know if you've noticed
Oh,
it, but we don't
terrible,
man mark. We zonal mark, and
terrible.
even when we did man mark, Dyer sitting in the middle yelling at everyone. We had Harry Kane on the fucking. This is when Doug scored. Had Harry Kane roughly on the line, and then we had Skip chasing. Why isn't Skip on the line? Why is it you always have your shortest man on the line, and then you have your big boys fighting the big boys? Because
Yes.
9 times out of 10, if Harry Kane or Dyer had contested with Dunk wouldn't have gotten as much power as he would have, and it wouldn't have gone that high and that fast. And it's a lot easier to spring up in one hit and headed the ball free than having to try and control it in midair. So I don't know why the fuck we aren't marking properly, and we're not marking their best aerial asset. It makes no fucking sense. And he should have scored again, and then Matoma's goal should have stood. I feel like it's quite harsh that the ball rolled up onto his shoulder, and then they should have had a penalty. When Højbjerg, was it Højbjerg? Yeah, Højbjerg fucking stood on Matoma. Yeah, it was a mistake. It was an accident. It's still classed as a penalty. We'd be screaming about it if it was us. So that's like the negatives for me. I don't think Perisic played a bit better. I will admit he played all right, not really defensively, but like Porro, I will say Porro has improved defensively already. He didn't get much of a chance to go forward because Kulu was off it yet again. For me, Kulu needs to be dropped. He's been off it for the last 4 or 5 games. I feel like he needs to, he needs to have a rest. Maybe you start Danjuma. For me, I'd start Danjuma on that right side. I don't want to see Mora. I don't want to see Richarlison on the right.
Yeah.
But Porro didn't really get to do much going forward, but defensively he looked solid. I don't think much came down his side, but once again they all were coming down through the left. Perisic played okay. Great ball. What ball did he put it into? There was a ball that he put in that Harry Kane should have scored.
There was a couple of balls he put into Porro, and Porro was like on the end of him, but it just didn't connect right. But
apart from that, like apart from the obvious candidates for the man of the match that we're going to talk about in a sec, who else stood out for you on the starting 11? I think got to give it to Lloris. He made some beautiful saves. And goes to show how good of a shot stopper he can be, but he's not consistent anymore. But there's a couple of saves there where I thought, fucking hell, if we had Foster in goal, he wouldn't have saved him. But I still want Foster to play. I feel like Forster's been a lot more consistent than Lloris. But that's my special mention for Lloris. He made some beautiful saves. You've got to praise him when he does something good. Can't always kick him down when he does something bad.
Yeah, no. I agree. I think Lloris had did some great saves, but as you said, Forster needs to start because I think he's kind of ever since Lloris has been out, he's proven that he can, take that spot. But negatives, look, you basically touched on it. Eric Dyer, Højbjerg, those two really need to fucking pull their head in or go. Seriously, if Højbjerg's going to be one of these players that, just doesn't look forward or doesn't, just tries to be the man and tries to command players like yellow players where he fucks up, then literally I don't want him in the team because he's not a player that can take us forward. He's a good squad player, as you said, but to upgrade, we need a bigger upgrade than him because he can be real diabolical. Same as Dyer. They're both just so bad at the moment, and we really need an upgrade. So other than that, I think everyone else played well. Porro's really coming great. It's a shame that Royal's out with an injury, but this is a good chance for Porro to really step up and take that spot if he really wants it. And Cooley, I think you're right. I think we need to drop Cooley. Start Danjuma on the right. Cooley's just been off it lately. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what's going on. If it's got a little niggle or another injury, I don't know. Which I really hope not because we know what he can do. If he gets on that left, he can really whip a good cross or great shot. But other than that, look, just those players, Eric and Højbjerg, just really need to pull their heads in.
Yeah, well, on that note with Kulu, and I was saying this in the in the live stream and the live watch along. What we should have done is we should have had Richarlison and Danjuma come off for Son and Kulu in like the 75th minute and just pressed really high, got them running all game, trying to win the ball back. And I was just into that as you were talking about Kulu. Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe not both Son and Kulu, but if we drop Kulu and tell Danjuma, we want you to press like we did the first 10 minutes. Press. Win that ball back, press. And then the 60th minute, once he's run his bollocks off, go, all right, mate, Kulu in. Kulu, you're running at tired legs. Are we going to have a tired left back that's been run around by Danjuma? You're going to have a tired left centre back who's going to be tired from trying to track Danjuma. Or you have their left wing back who's been trying to attack that. So for me, that could be another tactic to help Kulu ease back into confidence. Instead of starting him and having him come up against fresh legs, do what we did with Son when we dropped him against Leicester and he came in and scored 3 goals. You know what I mean? Have him come in 60th minute, like say to Denjum, you got 60 minutes. Run your ass off. 60 minutes, you're coming off. If you score 17 goals, I don't care, you're coming off. We've got to get Kulu into confidence. And then you go prove to me that you should start. And if Denjuma has a blinder of a game, Kulu comes in, it gets confident, then you have that problem of who do we play? Denjuma's playing well, Kulu's playing well. Then when they're both on, they're both fucking scoring goals and like. So I think that's an aspect that we can actually utilize with the likes of Denjuma before the end of the season. And before we carry on to the last two guys, I want to make sure that I'll let you guys know to smash a like and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you hit the notification button down below so you can get our live streams, our live watch-alongs, our videos, and our live or our FIFA streams, pro clubs, career mode, might chuck in a bit of Ultimate Team, and Rocket League. We're going to try and mix it up a bit, guys. But to the main men, Son Aldo, Son Perrion, Sung Hu Messi, and Harry Class A, you know the rest. Shout out expressions for those.
Yes.
How good was Sonny's goal, bro?
Oh, man. You can't write wrong.
I honestly thought he missed it. I thought he missed it.
Yes,
I thought he was. Fuck. Now it's close, and then all of a sudden I see it drop in the back of it, like in the back of the net, and we're losing our shit. And it was, what a great goal. It's the stuff that he has. This is
what Son does. This is a prime Son. Those kind of goals is what Sonny is known for. Outside the box, whipping on his right foot and just the curl on that ball when it was going in. That's literally masterclass right there. What kind of goal that was? Literally, that was so good, man. And yeah, look, it was good. Good to see Sonny get those kind of shots off. We've been missing that all season. We needed that. We needed that confident Sonny again. So look, hopefully that goal really boosts him back into confidence again. I know we got about 8 games left.
8 games left. Yeah.
Yeah. See, look, 8 games left. I know it's kind of a bit late now, but it's really good to see Sonny really get that shot off and really put a name for himself now that he's scoring goals. So yeah, I'm happy for him.
Well, I want to shout him out. Congratulations! I think this is what you're going to say.
Yes,
so I'll let you go.
So this man is the first Asian player to score 100 Premier League goals, and that's a big achievement for him. That's massive for him.
Well, that's down in history now. He's going to be. There's no one ever that's going to be first. It's always going to be him. I'm sure there's going to be players in the future that are going to score these kinds of goals, this amount of goals. But you're right. That's what I was going to say as well. 100 PL goals. Considering that he isn't the main man most of the time, it's usually Harry Kane. He's been hot and cold this season, mainly cold, but it's a big achievement. And shout out to him. He's done it in 5 or 6 years. So you want to think about it, that's about 15 goals, 17 goals a season. That's not bad for a left winger.
100% not bad. And
it could be longer. It could be 8 years. I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly. But I looked on YouTube. They put out a little video of him scoring some goals. Actually, I want to get what's your favorite Sonny goal? What would be your favorite?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
It's not the Burnley goal. Everyone thinks it's the Burnley goal.
No, that's not mine. That's not mine. I know what mine is.
Oh, he scored so many. I don't know. What's yours?
Okay.
I can't think.
My one will have to be, I think it was under Jose, and it was in lockdown. We played Arsenal. It was a North London derby. And I think it was like,
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's my favorite.
One.
That's the one. That's
my favorite.
It's the one where on AFTV you can hear him fucking losing it because Bellerin didn't close him down and he ran about 50 meters and then they go, don't shoot, and he fucking whips it like 40 yards. And Robbie from AFTV goes, oh, that's a bad boy goal. Is that the one you're talking about?
That's the one I'm talking
about. Hands down.
That's my all time. Oh, just that, man.
And the other goal. Wow. The other goal, if you look up to the next man that we're about to talk about, his one's against Arsenal too. Harry Kane, face mask, cutting in off the left-hand side of the pitch on the edge of the box, whips it all the way in top right-hand corner.
Yeah,
it's always against the scum. The goals that you always remember are always against the scum.
Oh, but that one from Sonny, that was by far
filth.
my favorite.
It was filthy.
Dude, you don't expect that to come out of son, but you really didn't.
Oh,
Like I
you
didn't
do,
expect.
you do, and you don't. This season, you don't. But like, he has done that many games. Did against Leicester. He's done it.
Yeah,
He's done it. Oh, he's done it countless times. Where he's got a knack for that finesse outside the box shot.
yeah, it's so wicked. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite goals of Sons.
Well, talking about Sonny, let's move on to the next main man. And
Yeah,
before this guy, he's got 23 goals. We've got 8 games left. If Erling Haaland wasn't a robot in this league, everyone would be talking about how good Harry Kane is. He's 5 goals ahead of Ivan Toney, which shout out Ivan Toney. Big it up. Playing in Brentford,
yeah,
scored 18 goals. If someone doesn't buy him this
100%.
season, if we lose Kane, I want Toney.
Yeah,
If we lose Kane, I will go and splash out 60 mil on Toney because
yeah,
that guy is scoring goals in a team that shouldn't be scoring goals. But I just checked the record. He is 2 goals away from matching Wayne Rooney's all-time record in the PL. And if he scores 3, then he's outright second top goal scorer in the PL era. He passed Andrew Cole this season, and he's already fucking skyrocketed past Wayne Rooney. But how good was that strike?
oh, that's I. To be honest, when Højbjerg passed that ball, I didn't think Kane was going to be there. I did not expect him to be
I
there.
thought it was Son.
I thought.
Oh, what? No, sorry, Son wasn't there because Dan Juma was on. I didn't know who was passing to. I didn't see Kane in the picture. Then as soon as I got a glimpse of him there, I'm like, this is getting buried. He's going to bury this.
He did definitely bury that. But what a goal! Just pinpoint accuracy, curler, and just went back in the net. Yeah, but you gotta give it to the guy. Being hard like for us Tottenham fans, like the way we've been playing, this guy just,
he's carried us. He's carried us.
He's carried us, and if he does go, look, I'm not gonna be disappointed. I want the guy to go win trophies. The guy's at his prime right now. I want him to go succeed. I want him to win trophies. I want him to do well. But if he stays, like we really need to get behind him to, get him to where he wants to be, get him to a trophy, which he wants.
Yeah.
So really I want this guy to stay, but if he goes, look, I'm not gonna be disappointed. But that goal was whip.
That was weapon, and the thing is it's before what he did was well. How deep was he playing? Sometimes he was playing as a CDM to get the ball. And Son should have had a goal early, a second goal. He had a 1-on-1 that he should have scored. And Kane was just feeding. And I think if Dan Juma had sorted his feet out with the ball through, I think he could have had a nice shot on target towards the end. Probably one of the only chances we got to see of Dan Juma, which was good to see him come on. I wish it was a bit earlier. We'll get into that a bit just before we wrap it up. But I think Harry Kane's proved he's probably the best. For me, he's the best striker. If I was to pick any striker on the planet right now, it'd be Harry Kane because he brings everything. Defensively, he's good in the air. Always seems to clear the ball from corners. Can feed. He's got great timing, great vision, great intellect, great shooting. He's great passing. He's got everything. And for me, he's the complete striker. And if any team, if he goes into if there's a World 11, he should be the striker. You've got Erling Haaland who can poach goals. You've got Lewandowski that can do that, but they can't do what Kane can do. No striker in the world can do what Kane can do. Even Osimhen, they're probably top 4 strikers in the world, top 5 strikers. No one can do what Harry Kane can do. But before we wrap it up, on the subs, so Dan Juma came on with, I think it's 80th minute, 75th minute, so he didn't really have much time. I felt like we were defending so much, he didn't really get much time on the ball, which is unfortunate, but I hope to see more game time out of him. And who else came on? We had Sarr came on, didn't really have much time to do anything. And that's it, I think. 2 changes when he made. And for me, that's piss poor. We should have had it. Definitely. We should have made changes 65th minute. Tried to change the game. We were on luckily Kane scored, but we were 1-1 at that point, 65th minute. We should have really went for it. We allowed Brighton to have all the ball. And we're poor. We can talk about how good Kane was and how good Porro was, but overall we were really, really poor. It's like after the first 10 minutes we allowed him to do whatever, and I'm sick of this fucking Conte ball. It was horrible. And what do you rate this whole red card for De Zerbi and Stellini? Like, what fiasco was that? I think it was.
I'm a bit up in the air with that because De Zerbi definitely deserved it. Like,
he was raging all game. I don't want him. He's like that. I don't want him at Spurs.
From the start of the game, before even kick off, he was already mouthing off at Stellini. So I don't know. Look, there must be something behind the scenes that none of us know. But yeah, as you said, if he's gonna be like that, then don't come. Richie, we don't want you. We don't want you in our squad. We don't want you in a part of our club. So stay at Brighton or go wherever. But yeah, that red card, to Stellini, I think that was harsh. It looked like to me Stellini did nothing, but then there was reports saying that he told the technical managers or whatever, told him to say something. There was something behind the scenes that Stellini did, and he got the red card.
Yeah, but they were saying that he got the red card because he couldn't control his technical area. It's like, hang on, these are grown men you're talking about. It's not little kids. It's not teenagers.
Yeah.
It's not your under-20s team going in an all-in brawl. This is grown adults having arguments on the side, and he stood back and went, I'm not getting involved because I've already been involved in an altercation. I know I'm going to get a red if I get involved. And then he gets a red anyway. Fucking bullshit.
Bullshit.
De Zerbi should definitely have got it because De Zerbi was mouthing off the whole fucking game. It just makes no sense. And this is where the refereeing, that there's no logic behind what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. And the referee needs to question himself because the calls he made on the game and that red card, like the calls he made in the game was shocking. But then that red card to Stellini, that was poor. Like, what is that? Seriously, what is that? Like, it made no sense. It really made no sense at all. But, now, I don't know if you're going to go into it, but now Stellini's not going to be, he's going to be out for 2 games. I think it's 2 games, 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, I think a straight red's 2 games. So that means Ryan Mason is coming in. And the only thing I can say is that Ryan Mason actually used Danjuma. So I don't know if it was Stellini indicating to use him or if Ryan Mason went, fuck it, I'm going to play Danjuma. He did do this when he took over Jose, where he just played whoever he wanted, who he wanted to play and didn't care. So I'm hoping if he does, the likes of Danjuma get some time. Richarlison gets a bit more time. And he's not, hopefully he's not scared to drop because he's not going to get the job anyway. We're going to go for someone that's not. And this is the last point I'm going to make before we finish the video because it's the main point, and it was nice to hear, but it was shit to hear at the same time.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that if Mason does take over for the next 2 games, he tries something different. 4 at the back, even if it's 5, 3 in the middle, I don't care. Just chuck players on, do something. We've got nothing to lose. I know there's top 4 there, but at the end of the day, if Newcastle and United do what they need to do, they're going to get top 4. They're 2 games ahead. 2 games behind us, and they're both ahead of us on the table. I know I say points on the board is better than games in hand, but for me, the way Newcastle picked back up and the way United are playing, I can't see us. I can't see them dropping too many points. I know that we do have to play both of them before the end of the season, so that might be the 6-point turnaround that we need. But it's highly unlikely with how inconsistent we are. However, there's something in the game that happened, and it hasn't been this loud. I have heard it in other games, but it's been very quiet.
Yeah.
But when Stellini got sent off, the crowd started singing, "He's magic, Maurizio Pochettino," and we heard it. And I've always said that the noise in the ground is a lot louder than you can hear on TV, but we heard it clearly, and it was then and at the end of the game. Do you think he's coming?
Bring him in. Bring him back. Bring Pochettino back. The fans want him. I want him. I don't think we're going to get Nagelsmann. I think he's going to go either Real Madrid or Chelsea.
I think Chelsea are looking at Conte, apparently.
Oh, well, what a surprise. What a surprise. What a surprise. But no, look, bring him back. He's a crowd favourite. He's a fan favourite. We love him. We still cheer for him. I still go through the days of watching him when he was managing us, just the passion he had for us, the passion for the club. Bring him back. Bring Poch back. I'll take him back. I know maybe in my last previous videos that I said I didn't want to come back to the shit and everything, but just hearing that from the crowd, it's a clear signal that we do need him back. We do need a Pochettino back.
Well, that sounded like the whole stadium. That didn't sound like a little section. That sounded like everyone.
That was the whole stadium.
And for me, it's. I think he's going to come back because it's easy. Daniel Levy's pretty much his manager's been picked for him. He knows. Especially lately, because a lot's been going around about Levy and Enoch, and there's a lot of stuff for change, and that's why he's implemented this Scott Munn as the chief football officer. That Paratici or director of football will be having to to report to. So he's going to be overseeing the whole football side of things, from what I'm understanding. So Levy might take a step back from that kind of thing. But for me, it's the easiest choice. You can turn around and go, well, the crowd will be like, if the fans start coming for us, get Poch. That'll keep him at bay. And that's for me, that's great because I love Pochettino. I think every Spurs fan loves Pochettino. However, as you said, my previous concerns were if he comes back, he's just going to leave this. He's going to tarnish what he did because he'll end up not being able to replicate what he did before. And then people are going to go, oh, he's a washed manager. I couldn't do it again. Like, we brought him back for no fuck. So it's a big risk. But I always say, if you want the biscuit, you got to risk it. So if we want Poch to be that manager, and he should have been that manager to get us the trophies, then if he does come in, he needs to be backed.
Yes, 100%.
100%. But on that note, we're going to love you and leave you guys. Make sure you are hitting that notification button because we will be doing some random streams. We're not going to do a schedule because of work time for both of us. The other boys are kind of doing their own thing at the moment, so it's going to be mainly me and Delane, maybe a bit of Brad, sprinkle a bit of Brad in there. We're going to be doing some live FIFA Pro Clubs, Rocket League, maybe some career mode. We did start shortly on Saturday night. We started a bit of a career mode for Spurs. I'm going to try and be realistic with that. So when I get a chance during the week, I'll load it up. It won't be scheduled, but it will just be, make sure, like I said, if the notification button's on there, you'll see it. Make sure you're smashing a like and subscribing to the channel. And I want to see comments down below on your thoughts on the game. And if there's anything that we missed that you might have thought that we need to cover. And make sure you watch out for the next video for the preview for the game against, I think we're playing again on Saturday. And that team...
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, yep, sorry, Bournemouth. So we'll be doing a preview for Bournemouth and some streams during the week. Anything else before we go, bro?
No, basically, we've covered everything. Basically, bring Pochettino back in, and let's just try to finish the season strong, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
All right, guys, take it easy. Stay safe, and as always, here, stay Spursy.
Stay Spursy, guys.